welcome everyone to the Circle of Eight podcast top 5 picks of the week. Here ending it for 2021, ladies and gentlemen. As you guys saw 24 hours ago, you saw episode 83 as we ended, but now we're ending with the top 5 here on 2021, ending the year right with our top 5, which is the top 5 pro wrestling moments of 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the host Stevie's One I've been see here with my other host, my brother from another mother, because he is the most violent podcaster of all podcasting and the most valuable podcaster as well, because he lives not only just 1,977,000 miles from Winnipeg, Minnesota, Canada, ladies and gentlemen, because he is the undisputed, the unmatched, the unrivaled, the unscripted, and the uncensored money, by God, of podcasting, Mike Lopez.
That's right. Here we go, man. 2021, what a year this was. I look forward to going over this list with everybody.
Absolutely, and that's why I'm drinking a nice tall of Broken Skull IPA on this cold weather here in Los Angeles, how Stone Cold will say it. Yes. So we're here, ladies and gentlemen, on this rainy weather here in Southern California, enjoying a nice cold refreshment on the cold weather to give you guys a top 5. So let's start it off. So I'm going to save the most valuable podcast for last. So we want to hear his for last. So I'm going to give you my top 5. And the way how I did it is obviously different. So it's moments for me of, everything overall, and also including like who is, the best storyline for me of 2021. So I'm going to start off with number 5. Best moment for me in storyline of 2021 will definitely have to be Adam Hangman Page and Kenny Omega. I think that storyline was fantastic. The fact that it's the way how it took a year for Adam Hangman Page to fulfill the dream of him finally winning the AEW World Championship away from Kenny Omega, for him getting kicked out of the club, of the elite, for him being on his own, joining with Dark Order. I'm glad they got rid of the little, the drinking part of him from him, even though he still does it, but not as much now, more focused, and, got a shot. And then we all thought they were going to win that 10-man tag match, when it was a time when they were dressed up as, the Cowboys. Like, that was an epic entrance. I enjoyed it. And when it was being a Space Jam one, I thought thinking they were going to win it and get his title shot, and then it was on a pause, and then they came back to it when he made his return, which he won the ladder match up for the casino, the chip. I forgot what they called it up for, and then cashing in and then winning. I think that was a great storyline, the way how they built it, especially for Hangman. You could say now that he's a homegrown talent for All Elite Wrestling, even though he made his name for himself in, Ring of Honor in Japan. But I think this kind of established him now more, and now becoming the cowboy shit. And I'm happy for him that he had his moments. So cheers to you here, Hangman. I'm taking for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I actually agree with your pick. The evolution and any good story has the characters evolve, and we saw his evolution, and it goes even way before Kenny Omega. This goes back all the way to when he faced Jericho for the first ever, AEW champion. This goes way back. So the story, you think the story is long? It actually goes even farther back.
Absolutely. Indeed. And then you're right about that. I forgot about that. Yeah, it was Jericho, him being the number one contender, and then Jericho as well. And we all thought Hangman was going to be the first one, not being a former WWE guy. But then, look how long it took him. We could say 2 years. You could say, right? Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
2 years, and he got it. And I'm very happy for him. So that's like one of my moments of 2021 for storyline. Number 4 would be, man, what can I say that was an amazing pay-per-view, like I say, on my number 4. And that has to be, I guess we could say, is maybe All Out. All Out. We finally got to see the return. We saw Bryan Danielson making his debut, Hangman Page making his debut, and obviously the return of CM Punk in ring against Darby Allin. So, and plus we were at Money Mike's house watching it. This is when Chris took his shirt off like 2 different times. But he's not here to actually back himself on that one. But yeah, I mean, we should have gone and watched along live, but of course we were trying to avoid any restrictions from social media platforms, because if they hear the background of it, then that's a big flag. So we try not to avoid that. We want to hear the show. We don't want to be quiet. We want to hear the show. But maybe soon, maybe. We don't know. It all depends. Never know. But yes, I could say that pay-per-view was incredible. Just the thoughts of seeing, especially the anticipation of CM Punk's in-ring return was the one that I think has all of us like, oh, okay, let's see does he still got it? And, he didn't do much that us expected, the 2016 CM Punk. Actually not, if you go way farther than that, like 2012 CM Punk, I probably could say. But everybody expected that. And we didn't get that. We got a different side of CM Punk. And then remember the time that he wore long trunks. He did not wear like short trunks. Everybody was shocked at that. Okay, this is something fresh, something different. And I like that from CM. So Phil Brooks, congratulations on the return. And I'm glad that All Elite made you come back and loving pro wrestling again. And that's the beauty of it. So I'm very, very happy of that. My number 3, I would say my number 3 would be who's been a breakout overall, like a rookie breakout that has been really like, okay, we got something here. And yes, everybody's gonna say, I'm gonna say Hook. No, I'm not there yet, because Hook's only had 2 matches by far. I need to see more. But the one that has been more like, I've been saying it here this whole year on Circle Debate. I've been saying it that Dominic Mysterio has been my breakout star right now in 2021. Having these matches that he's been having as of late, and teaming with his father, which is, any son's dream come true. Could be, teaming alongside with your dad and, being tag team champions, first ever son and father tag team champions. And then, being in singles competition, you fought Seth Rollins in singles, Austin Theory. You recently fought Montez Ford, which was a great match, actually, that happened on Raw. I wasn't disappointed on that match. I'm very impressed of Dominic's, his rise in WWE since he became as an active roster now. So I got to give it to Dominic Mysterio for 2021. Hopefully, we see something great for him coming up on 2022 for him, and turn him heel, damn it. We need Legado del Fantasma. We need the LWO. We need Dominic to lead. Give him what I want. Give me what I want, damn it. Give us Dominic turning heel, retiring his father of Mania, taking the mask, his throne, and sitting on his throne with the mask. And there you go. And have, Escobar and everybody else around him. Like, yes, you're the prince, el rey de lucha libre, or el príncipe de lucha libre. There you go. El príncipe, the prince. You know how Cody says the prince of pro wrestling? Well, why don't we have el príncipe de lucha libre? That should be Dominic Mysterio. I hope we see that. So that's my number 3 pick. My number 2, I think my number 2 will be overall. And I'm gonna go match of the year on this. I'm gonna go match of the year for me of 2021. There's been so many for me, and I think for me the match of the year has to be, for me, it's a tough one. There's been so many great matches all over the territories, not only just AEW, and some in WWE, and some, in MLW, NWA, everywhere else around the world, New Japan. It's tough. But I will have to choose, and I know I might get shit on this, but I enjoyed it because the way how we finally got to see a dream match that we all been wanting to see it happen on All Elite, and that is Minoru Suzuki versus Bryan Danielson.
That's
I'm
an
gonna
interesting
go.
pick.
I'm gonna yes. I know everybody was expecting Kenny Omega, Bryan Danielson. I'm gonna have to go Minoru and Bryan because we finally get to see Bryan Danielson once again step into a strong style type of match with a legend himself like Minoru Suzuki. And Minoru, I'm a big fan of his work. I followed his work, and man, you got to give that match uh 10 beers, probably more than 10 beers, maybe a 12 pack, like I say. But that match, the way how he knocked him out too, like, come on,
Yes, he
hit
did.
me. Oh, he literally knocked him
Uh,
out. Like,
mhm.
you saw that, right, Mike? He was out
Nobody can
cold.
tell me. Nobody can tell me that that was not real. I've seen people how they really fall, like in mixed martial arts. He got knocked out. No denying that.
Exactly. That's why I have to give like my number two the match of the year. Because I want to give my number one for the women's of the year, who has been, you got to give them, this is the women's moment of the year, will have to be for me, Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks at WrestleMania 37. Because that was a moment that all of us, for us as the Black and Brown community, and not only just Black and Brown movement, but also all, all over the world, nationwide. But you had two African American women who main evented night one for WrestleMania. And to see the moment of these two women crying and seeing at least a crowd of almost 30,000 people, even though Mania is always over 30,000 or close to 100, but because of we're in this global pandemic, was, obviously we're getting back into transition back to normal, but different type of style. But to see these two incredible athletes to put a hell of a match, and to see, we finally get to see now a woman that won the Rumble and won it at Mania. We haven't seen that in quite some time in WWE. But I have to give a credit due to these two individuals, which is why they are my number one for the women's, for them. Um, I including Bianca's breakout star of the year too for 2021. I know that it ended abruptly, horribly, that I think none of us expected, but I'm not gonna put that in her repertoire. I rather put her repertoire of the Mania moment that she had, winning the Rumble, even though it wasn't in front of a crowd, but she won it at Mania. That's what I had to give her credit where credit's due. So that's my number one pick. The honorable mention of the moments, I could say one is overall in professional wrestling, overall, is everything open up again. Meaning, besides the fans, it's now the doors are open for everyone, to go anywhere where they want. The independent scene is back. The territorial scene is back, in which I like. And I'm glad that we're having it around the world. Yes, we had it in the beginning in the East Coast, some parts of the Midwest, because they had different guidelines in here than we had in Southern California. And now we are now having it here in Southern California. And I cannot wait to see what is going to be happening in 2022. So I'm just excited for 2022 in the territory scene in pro wrestling, especially in the independent circuit. As you know, as we here, Mike and I representing Circle Debate, as we have our sponsorship, Old Fashioned Wrestling, PCW, Ultra, and coming soon other promotions that are in the works right now that we're sponsoring here independently, which we here on behalf of us and behalf for them, that I'm glad that we're a part of a family that we
See,
finally get to have.
COD Wrestling.
It might happen. COD Wrestling 2022. COD, COD, COD. Oh, you're getting Ned Flanders here. So that's my top 5 about one honorable pick that I have for moments of 2020.
I particularly really liked your honorable mention, and I'll say a little quick thing about that. That in 2020 we spoke multiple times about, wouldn't it be cool if there was any wrestling show going on. Things were closed, right? But now it's going on. Now it's happening. It's a reality. I got to go to my first indie show ever, courtesy of Ivan C. And honestly, like it's a great time in wrestling overall. So it was definitely hard for me to pick just 5 moments, and I tried my best of what my favorite moments are. Starting with number 5, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD versus Thunder Rosa, non-sanctioned. Man, you want to talk about women's matches? That's a slobber knocker if there was ever one, for sure. Um, if my sister somehow gathered interest in pro wrestling, I would put that match on. That's one that I think a lot of both men and women should check out. Awesome match. And honestly, I feel it catapulted both women, maybe even more so DMD, into star status there. Number 5. Number 4 is Matt Cardona in GCW. Yeah, man. Who'd have thunk it? My goodness. That he had it in him to be hardcore, to be extreme, right? And to be GCW champion. And he ran with it. He was dropping F-bombs, and oh yeah, my table's moving just thinking about it. Yeah, just the sight of him in that match against Nick Gage, it was just something I never thought I would see, because I've been following this guy since Long Island IC and all that. So yeah, total different. Yeah, representing LI. Yeah, cool stuff there. Number 4. Number 3, the ending of All Out. You have not just one debut, but 2, 3 actually, 3 that night. You had Ruby Soho, right, in the
Battle
Royal.
You're right. I forgot about her.
Yeah, and then you had Adam Cole coming out.
You can say 4 then. We can say 4. CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole, and Ruby Soho.
Right. Yeah. Of course, CM Punk coming back to in-ring action for the first time in 7 years. And he had Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson coming out. We at Circle Debate, the only tragedy is that we did not film our own reactions. But honestly, I guess it makes it more special, because only us 4 and the few people around us can remember that moment and how we all reacted. So that's gonna stay with us in Circle of Debate forever.
Oh yeah, the misses, yeah.
So yeah, great ending, and honestly, pay-per-view of the year, if I can say. Number 2, something that, again, I never thought it would see or that it would happen, and that's Kenny Omega, belt collector. Having the AAA, TNA, Impact, and AEW titles all over him. He ran out of places to put belts on, and to my knowledge, I don't know if there's ever been anything like that, and it probably will be a while before we see anything like that again. Yeah, it's a special thing, and I feel like it was kind of overlooked, which is a shame, because you have him. Actually, it probably wasn't even overlooked, because it helped him get the number 1 in the PWI, right? Pro Wrestling Illustrated number 1, Kenny Omega. So yeah, very awesome achievement there by Kenny, and yeah, he deserved it. my number one, CM Punk returns. Man, I know that it was probably the worst kept secret at the time, but when it happened, I had to tune in. I got it on my DVR, and yeah, I watched it twice that night. And what a moment, right, for wrestling, for CM Punk to return, even after the whole UFC thing and the whole being fired on his wedding day and everything that had happened. But it all came back to this moment, Rampage in the first dance, um in Chicago United Center. Big moment, and that's what you look for in wrestling. You look for moments, and that's exactly it right there. And that was my favorite, my top number one, number one top moment of 2021.
Man.
Two honorable mentions, both of which are from WWE. Yes, WWE is, it had some highlights. Yes, for me at least. First one being Edge and Christian. They reunited at the Royal Rumble.
Oh yes.
It was it was enough to make a grown man cry, because you could see the emotion, the actual emotion in both of them. And from what I heard, Edge didn't know that Christian was going to come out.
He didn't
He
know.
did it. It was complete surprise. So to see them both, and now knowing that the different roads that both of these guys would take, looking back now, it just makes for such an awesome moment. Definitely two Hall of Famers, and yeah, again, moments in wrestling that take it to the next level. Flanders mode activated for
Yes.
sure. Number two, second honorable mention, and people will probably come back at me with the comments here. The Miz wins the WWE Championship. Yes.
I'm not mad at you at all.
You know what?
I'm not mad
If
at you.
if I'm a promoter, I need a guy like the Miz in my roster. No doubt about that. Because this guy is a company worker. He's right there. He's been loyal, and he puts the name out there for your brand anywhere. Anywhere you put him, he's there. I've met the Miz in person. Cool, humble guy all around. Top notch, top notch person. And yeah, I definitely think that he was long overdue for another run. I feel like he can run with it. And honestly, the night after he won it, him coming out and the pyro and this and that, it made me think, you know what, he could, he could pull this off. It wasn't like if they would have put it on Santino, no offense, he Miz can actually carry the belt. Sorry, Santino, I know you're watching. But yeah, for me personally, as a misfit, it was a cool moment.
I'm not mad at you about that pick, to be honest with you, because with like he said, we do needed that Miz. We needed, it was long overdue too. And not to mention, he became a pretty much two-time,
The only
two-time
Grand Slam champion.
Exactly. But hey, I gotta give him what credit's due. And I just wish he did had a run with it. I wish he had a longer run. I know I'm not mad about the Bobby Lashley thing, but I kind of wish it could have been Lashley's moment at Mania. Just for Lashley, because I'm, why not? But I am not mad at you about that 100% at all. Mike Cardona, when you mentioned, man, I like what he said. WWE was my developmental, from learning from everything, from what Vince taught me and everyone else behind the scenes, of how to carry myself when if I ever leave this company or be gone. And he carried himself very well. And now you see him in a title picture here in Impact, Hard to Kill, that you'll see him in a triple threat match. I mean, I'm happy for Cardona, and I'm glad he's making a name of himself. And of course, he, us being figure collectors, I mean, he's another one that I can say that him and Brian Myers, without them, there will be no figure collectors or figure podcasters out there nowadays because of these two individuals who made it very popular. Like, hey, I'm fit collecting. Now you see everybody doing it. Ethan Page, you see him. He has his fit collecting.
Danhausen.
Danhausen too. Yeah,
I see you. I see
Danhausen.
you.
Yes, Danhausen for sure. And hopefully we get it. 2022. My goal is to get Danhausen on the show, and I cannot wait to do that. And that'll be awesome if I can get Danhausen on the show. So hopefully, we never know. And if we do, then man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for that. But overall, Money Mike, 2021 has, we have, we're not speaking about the bad moments, with the release and everything, which I'm not trying to really touch more on. More touching about what's the history overall was have been done. Even with NWA finally they made an impact by doing an all women's pay-per-view thanks to Gail Kim, Jazz, and Mickey James. You got to give them credit where credit's due. Them doing that. Give credit to MLW bringing upcoming talents as well. They have New Japan as well. They're going to be facing down Pro Wrestling Noah coming up in January. So that's something that we're all excited for. Man, there's so much. And Big E winning the WWE title as well. I'm just happy the fact that we were able to witness a lot of history this year in 2021. And we cannot wait for 2022. Now, which brings me to this question for you in your honorable mentions. Mm-hmm. Who is the one to keep an eye on for 2022 that you've been watching? That who do you think could be the next breakout star in 2022?
I mean, right now, Hook is the guy. Hook is the guy to watch right now. It really, really depends on whether he can fine tune his in-ring skills. I'm not knocking what he's done so far, but can he hang with Hangman or Cody or Omega when he comes back? Would he be able to hang with those guys? In one-on-one matches, can he keep that momentum going? Right? We haven't heard him speak at all. So I want to say him. So I'll go with him. I'll go with him. I'm trying to think of anybody else. You mentioned Dominic, but I feel like the only way Dominic can really excel and move up is by separating from Rey Mysterio. Yeah. That's the only way.
I agree. Don't forget NXT 2.0, Braun Breaker.
Yeah. He's there too.
He's gonna let Breaker start coming overall.
he needs a math promo, man. That's what he needs.
Tommaso Ciampa busted on him already. If I'll forward you the clip if I can find it so you can see it. He busted on him already. What about the female side?
On the female side, let's see. The first name that pops into my head is Jade. Jade Cargill, she you could still see the green there, but with work, and I'm sure she's putting in the work, you could see her maybe even go and get the title, maybe sooner rather than later, as we talked about in episode 83. She's one, and I was gonna say Toni Storm, but we'll see how that turns out. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We'll have to wait and see. The breakout stuff for me for 2022, man, that's tough. I kind of want to say Hook too, but I'm gonna wait it out. I think I'm gonna break our start in 2022.
But if you had to pick,
if I have to pick as who's gonna make a name for himself in 2022, overall in all pro wrestling, I would. Shit, it's tough. I am gonna have to go. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to go with Hook. I think Hook could be. Yeah, I mean, there's no
uh,
other. I mean,
yeah.
I could think of Dominic, but I said it for this year for 2021 for him. Great. I don't know what's 2022. Could I say I'm not? I am not expecting him to. Not yet. But the one who kind of ended the year was like like I'm not gonna use that word. All right, see, I caught myself. You see, I have to hold myself. Let's see. Yes, I am religious, so whoever watching this, my apologies. But yes, how the way how he ended in 2022 was like, oh shit, all right. Um, what a way to end it to 2021. I'm sorry, like Hook. So maybe now you're expecting what's going to happen in 2022 for him. Yeah, I can say Hook. On the female version, I would say, I mean, you mentioned Jade, who I really want to have her breakout star moment for 2022, but I know it ain't gonna happen. And I'll say two because actually I'm talking about one promotion. One, I want to Liv Morgan. I think it's her damn fucking
Mm.
time. She needs it. You gotta give her the damn fucking moment to have it. The other one will be for me in overall. Would be. I really want Deanna Perrazzo to have her 2022 moment.
Even more than 2021, because she
She
had a
had,
pretty good 21. I'll say that.
yeah, but I need her to face Britt Baker. We need
Okay.
that match to happen.
I feel like there needs to be more of a buzz for her in order for that to happen. I know that she had a very good 2021. She beat Mickey James. No, did she? No, she didn't. She beat
No,
Melina at Empower.
yes,
And then she won the AAA championship. Yeah, she had a great run as Impact champion. Yeah, so if there's more buzz around her, I could see that match happening. Yeah.
oh man, I would love to see that. And another one that I'm seeing, that Impact signed is Masha Slamovic. I would like
Mm.
to see her up in the rise. There's so much great talent out there in the independent circuit that people are not really too familiar with. I know that we're oversaturated in pro wrestling, but if you ever have the opportunity or time, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, and who are listening to on the audio platforms, watch these individual, watch as much as you can. I know that it's, here on the COD, we can report as much as we can, but it's hard for us. But another female that I actually want to be a breakout star, and that is Viva Van. That's what I want. The Hell Ben Dixon, though. She's a belt collector too. I want her here. She's representing SoCal, so I why not? I want
I
and
could see it.
why not? She's been phenomenal right now. She's a PCW Ultra Women's Champion. Yes, and we need a Viva Van all over the territories, and especially in the East Coast and an Impact. So I can't wait to see what's for her. Let's see. Any final thoughts, Money Mike, of 2021 before we close it out here?
Yeah, 2021 was an interesting year, in and out of wrestling. I know that people in 2020 very much looked forward to this year, right? 2021. And I can say it delivered. And I can only hope that 2022 is going to exceed those expectations, and go on and beyond. Especially for the podcast, for wrestling, for everything going on, that there's growth, right? And that's the great thing that we have going on here. So, for me, I can say that I look forward to all the promotions, even WWE. Yes, because really, I hope that WWE gets their act together and really helps their stars shine the proper way, and and that maybe that cold heart of Uncle Scrooge gets melted so that the forbidden door can be opened to WWE. Imagine that. Royal Rumble number 30, bam, it rings, and out comes Chris Jericho or MJF, or right? Here's hoping. Tall order.
I hope so. I hope so.
There you go.
Imagine if what would have happened on Dynamite if Triple H would have came out like, "What are you guys doing here?" Like, oh my god, I would have lost my shit. You belong in NXT with me. with the Undisputed Era. That would have been awesome. Man. I'm with you on that. I hope, I wish for the best for WWE. Hopefully they are able to hit that reset button completely and fix everything as much as possible. I know NXT 2.0, that's something that it's already been reset. Down the line, we'll try to accept it as much as we can. Speaking for myself and Money Mike personally, because we're black and gold. So we're just hoping for the best for them. Yes, there you go. That's always gonna be there for life, always for life. So we'll have to wait to see what happens on that end. But overall, the territories is the one that I'm happy. I cannot wait for what New Japan will bring. New Japan Strong and MLW, NWA. So much is going to be happening. And not only that, here in the podcasting world too, for us here, they said Money Mike. I mean, it's in our link tree file, ladies and gentlemen. Suplexology. Make sure you purchase your merchandise besides Circle the Maid merchandise, which the announcement, which you'll be seeing next week, but I'm going to announce it now because I already just announced it now. New design merchandise is coming out for COD. You can have your very own Money Mike t-shirt, and it will say right behind the undisputed, the unmatched, the unrivaled, and the uncensored. You can have your own very own merchandise. And also the one and only Chris Kennedy, Matt Callis, and myself. Heck, you can have them in a coffee cup if you want to. Those are the new merchandise will be coming out soon next week. We will make that announcement and exposing the designs because I'm not going to expose them. You have to wait for you to see for yourself. So make sure in order for you to do that, you have to subscribe right at the end of the video. Hit that like, the notification button, the subscribe button. Get all your weekly episodes, the top 5 as well, and exclusive conversations and interviews we'll be having in our vlogs as well. With everything, the doors are opening more little by little. We'll be having more vlogs, and you'll be seeing a lot more coming soon here on the COD for 2022. There's a lot coming that, hey, it's not a prediction.
It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler.
Exactly. Now, once again, we would like to go ahead and thank everyone for tuning in here on this New Year's Eve top 5 ending of 2021 with a bang here, and wishing everyone a happy New Year's. Enjoy your 2022. And para todo Latinoamérica, los que están escuchando aquí en Cerco Debate, muchas gracias por escuchar y por apoyarlos durante todo el 2021 hasta aquí, y ojalá que ustedes sigan apoyándolos para el 2022 y el año después de eso, el año después de eso, todos los años, y ojalá de que los veremos en persona o los veremos muy pronto. Si nos ven aquí en Los Ángeles, o quién sabe que a lo mejor vamos a ir allá con ustedes. Nadie se sabe todavía. El 2022 es una cuestión de que no sabemos qué va a pasar. Es lo que pase, ¿no? Pero muchas gracias a todos los de Latinoamérica y de Colombia, de Brasil, de todo que los escuchan en su audio plataformas, y síguenos escuchando aquí en Cerco Debate. Y los queremos mucho por todo el apoyo, y síguenos aquí. Pues aquí estamos para ustedes, y muy pronto vamos a tener un capítulo para ustedes, todo en español, para que escuchen nuestras opiniones de aquí, lo que pasa aquí en la profesional de lucha libre, de todo.
Para la raza.
La raza, la raza. Now I'm going to let Money Mike let our European listeners know that we are fully thankful for 2021 for subscribing and tuning in on your audio platforms also. COD, take it away.
Ja, danke, Herr Ivan. Danke alles unsere Freunde von Deutschland und Europe. Wir hören Sie Circle of Debates im 2021 und 2022. Danke. Wir lieben alles Sie. Tschüss.
Tschüss, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, tschüss. And of course, us representing for Mr. 69 Matt Callis and the director 101 Chris Kennedy, we love you all. We thank you for all the love and support that you have given us here. And, you know, because of you guys, we are been growing, 254 subscribers. I can tell you right now that on our Twitter platform, we have 1,023 followers, and we thank you guys for that. And on Instagram, 1,062 followers. We finally reached over the 1,000. Thank you all for following us and on our social media platforms, in our Circle Debate, Facebook is about to 78 members in our private group chat, but everything in the description are below the link tree. It's gonna have all of our link trees, especially for Money Mike's YouTube channel and the merchandise. And like I said, we're here to support each other. We are a family, and make sure that you purchase and watch our content and subscribe. And once again, we thank all of you guys.
I always said, and I've said it since way back, this channel is like the Avengers, man. You see us all over the place, but here we all come together and we all make it happen, because we don't just make podcasts. No, not at all. We make history, baby.
And there you have it. Happy New Year's, everyone. Enjoy your 2021, and let's have a phenomenal 2022.